In the year 2147, the Korea National Defense University stood on a wide hill near Seoul. Tall glass buildings mixed with old stone walls. Green training fields stretched out under the blue sky. Drones hummed in the air like quiet insects. Cadets in gray uniforms moved in perfect lines. This place trained Earth's best young soldiers. It looked calm, but everyone here knew war could come from the stars one day. That morning, a big silver ship landed on the main field. Dust rose around it. The ship belonged to the Galactic Concord, but everyone knew who was inside. Kragthar, the warlord of the Vorath Dominion. He had conquered many worlds. His name made other aliens shake. Now he came to Earth as a guest. The leaders of the Concord said it was for peace. Humans said yes, but they watched carefully. The ship's door opened with a hiss. Kragthar stepped out first. He was huge, over 3 meters tall. His body was covered in dark green scales. Old scars ran across his arms and chest, like white rivers. Heavy black armor covered most of him. Sharp spikes stuck out from his shoulders. His yellow eyes looked around with no fear, only boredom. Behind him walked 6 guards. They were smaller, but still strong, carrying long plasma weapons. A group of humans waited. At the front stood Instructor Min-sok. He was older, with short gray hair and a straight back. He wore a clean uniform. Next to him were 2 cadets. Jiho was tall and serious. His black hair was cut short. He stood like a statue. Ha-eun was smaller, but looked just as strong. Her hair was tied in a tight bun. Her eyes were sharp and calm. Min-sok stepped forward. "Welcome to our academy, Warlord Kragthar," he said in clear galactic standard. His voice was even, no shake. "We are honored to have you here." Kragthar looked down at him. His mouth opened in what might be a smile. Sharp teeth showed. "Honored? Your little school is nothing. I have seen real forts on burning worlds." His voice was deep and rough, like stones rolling. Min-sok did not change his face. "We understand. Please follow us. We prepared a tour for you." Jiho and Ha-eun moved to the sides. They would be the guides. Kragthar looked at them. "Children, you send children to meet me?" He laughed, a loud sound that hurt the ears. Jiho answered without looking away. "We are cadets, sir. Year 4. We know this place best." Ha-eun added, "We will show you everything you want to see." Kragthar waved a big hand. "Fine, show me your toys. I want to see why the Concord fears you so much." He started walking. His guards followed. The humans walked with him. They went first to the main gate. It was tall, with old Korean letters carved in stone. Above it, a new holosign glowed. "Strength through discipline." Kragthar stopped and read it. Pretty words. Words do not win wars. A group of cadets ran past in formation. They carried heavy packs. Their boots hit the ground together. Sweat ran down their faces, but no one fell behind. Kragthar watched. "They run like weak animals." Min-sok said, "They run 20 kilometers every morning, in full gear, rain or heat." Kragthar snorted, "My warriors do that in sleep." They walked to the marksmanship range. Long lines of targets stood far away. Cadets lay on the ground, shooting. The rifles made sharp cracks. Holes appeared in the centers of targets. Tae-woo, another cadet, finished his turn. He stood up, wiped his face, and saluted Min-sok. Kragthar took one rifle from a table. It looked small in his hand. He aimed at a target 500 meters away. He fired once. The bullet hit the edge. He laughed. "Your guns are toys. My plasma lats would melt this range." Jiho said quietly, "Our rifles are simple, but we hit what we aim at. Every time." Ha-eun pointed to a screen. It showed scores. "Cadet Tae-woo has perfect hits today." Kragthar looked at the screen. "Luck." Min-sok smiled a little. "Luck does not last 4 years." They moved to the combat training hall. Inside, Cadets practiced hand-to-hand. No armor, just mats and sweat. Jiho joined one pair. He moved fast. His opponent tried to grab him. Jiho twisted, threw the other cadet down, and pinned him. It was over in seconds. Kragthar watched with crossed arms. No weapons, no honor. My people fight with blades and fire. Haun said, "We fight to win. Honor comes after." Kragthar stepped onto the mat. "Let me show you real strength." He pointed at Jiho. "You, fight me." Minsok raised a hand. "This is training, not challenge, non-lethal only." Kragthar removed his chestplate. It hit the floor with a bang. "I will not kill your boy, just teach him." Jiho bowed a little. "I accept, sir." They faced each other. Kragthar was like a mountain. Jiho looked small. The warlord swung a big fist. Jiho ducked. He kicked at Kragthar's knee. The alien did not move much. Kragthar grabbed Jiho's arm. He lifted him off the ground. Jiho twisted his body. He used the grip to flip over Kragthar's back. He landed and swept a leg. Kragthar stumbled one step. The cadets gasped. Kragthar roared and charged. Jiho rolled away. He stood up fast. Minso called, "Enough." Kragthar breathed hard. "The boy is quick, like a bug." Jiho bowed again. "Thank you for the lesson, sir." Kragthar put his armor back on. "You hide your tricks well, but tricks will not save you in real war." Haun looked at him. "We do not hide. We wait." They left the hall. Outside the sun was high. More cadets trained. Some climbed walls. Others shot from moving drones. A few sat in circles, talking about old battles. They laughed sometimes. They looked like normal young people. He looked at them all. "You train hard, but you are still soft. You have not seen true war." Minsok answered, "We have seen enough, and we remember." Jiho and Haun walked behind Kragthar now. They did not speak much, but their eyes followed every move the warlord made. They noticed how his guards looked tired already, from the short walk. Humans walked straight, no sign of fatigue. As they went to the next building, Kragthar spoke low to his lead guard. "These humans, they smile too much. It is not natural." The guard nodded. "They hide something." Kragthar looked back at Jiho and Haun. They met his eyes without fear, polite smiles on their faces. The tour was just starting, but already something felt wrong to the warlord. The academy was small, the cadets were young, yet the air felt heavy, like a storm waiting to break. Kragthar shook the feeling away. He was Kragthar. He had broken stronger worlds. This was nothing. But deep inside, a small voice whispered, a voice he had not heard in many years. "Be careful." Kragthar walked faster now. His heavy boots made deep marks in the soft grass. The humans kept pace without effort. They led him to the drone control building. It was a low, wide structure with many antennas on the roof. Inside, the air was cool from machines. Screens covered the walls. Young cadets sat at stations, fingers moving fast over controls. Haun pointed to one large screen. It showed a live feed from above. Small drones flew in tight patterns. They dodged fake laser fire. One drone dropped a tiny bomb that exploded in a puff of colored smoke. The target below lit up red. "Hit." "These are our scout drones," Haun said. "They see far, move quiet, and strike hard." Kragthar leaned close to the screen. His breath fogged the glass a little. "Small machines. My ships carry cannons that can burn cities from orbit. Your toys would not last 1 minute." Jiho answered calmly. "They are not toys, they are extensions of us. One cadet can control 10 at once." They learn, they adapt. A cadet named Sumin looked up from her station. She was small, with quick eyes. "Watch this, sir." She typed fast. On the screen, 5 drones changed formation. They flew in a circle, then split. 2 went low, 3 went high. Fake enemies appeared, red shapes on the map. The drones attacked together. Every red shape turned gray in seconds. Kragthar made a low growl. Cute trick, numbers mean nothing against real power. Minsek spoke from the back. Numbers help when you use them right. Come, we have something outside. They went to the outdoor simulation field. It was huge. Fake hills, broken walls, narrow streets. It looked like a small ruined city. Cadets ran through it now, practicing urban fights. Some carried rifles. Others had shields made of clear plastic. Smoke rose from small charges. Kragthar stopped at the edge. This is your war game? Children playing in sand? Jiho said, it is training. We build it to feel real. Mud, rain, night, everything. A whistle blew. Cadets stopped. They formed lines. Taewoo stepped forward with a group. They wore light armor and carried short rifles. Minsek explained. Live fire exercise. Non-lethal rounds. They sting, but no blood. Kragthar crossed his arms. Let me see your best. The exercise started. Cadets moved like shadows. They used cover. They talked in short words over earpieces. One team advanced. Another flanked. Shots cracked. Blue paint splattered on armor when hits landed. Taewoo crawled under a low wall. He popped up and hit 3 targets in a row. His team cheered quietly. Kragthar watched without moving. Then he said, weak. No real pain. No real death. My warriors fight until one side stops breathing. Ha-un looked at him. We train pain every day. Hunger, cold, fear. We push until we break. Then we fix ourselves. Kragthar laughed again. You talk big for soft skins. They moved to the endurance course next. It was a long track with obstacles. Mud pits, high walls, ropes, burning logs to jump over. Cadets ran it in full gear, 40 kilograms on their backs. The sun was hot now. Sweat poured down faces. Minsok pointed. They do this twice a day. Some do it with broken bones taped up. They finish anyway. Kragthar watched a girl cadet climb a rope. Her arms shook, but she reached the top and rang a bell. She slid down and kept running. No cry, no stop. One of Kragthar's guards whispered, They do not tire like we do. Kragthar ignored him. Show me something real, not games. Minsok nodded. Follow me to the strategy room. Inside, it was quiet. Big table in the center. Hollow projectors showed maps of stars. Jiho and Ha-un sat down. Other cadets joined. They looked young, but their faces were serious. Minsok said, Warlord, we study history here, not just our history. Yours too. A holo image appeared. It showed Vorath ships attacking a planet. Buildings burned. Aliens ran. Kragthar smiled at the memory. Then another image. Humans on a different world. Small ships against big ones. Humans lost ships, but kept fighting. One human pilot flew straight into a Vorath cruiser. Explosion. The big ship broke apart. Kragthar leaned forward. Suicide. Pointless. Jiho said, Not suicide, choice. They bought time for others to escape. Ha-un added, We learn from every fight. Win or lose, we change. You conquer, we evolve. Kragthar slammed a fist on the table. The holo flickered. You speak like you know war. You have not faced me. Minsek stayed calm. We face you now, as guests. But we are ready always. The room went quiet. Kragthar's guards shifted. They looked around. The cadets sat still. No fear in their eyes. Just watchfulness. Would you like to see our zero-gravity training? Kragthar stood up fast. Yes, show me where your people float like helpless fish. They went to the gravity chamber. It was a big round room. Inside, no gravity. Cadets floated. They practiced fights in air. Punches, kicks, grapples. They used walls to push off. One cadet twisted midair and locked another's arm. The other tapped out. Kragthar stepped in. The door closed. Gravity turned off. He floated up. His body was heavy even without weight. He moved slow. Jiho and Taewoo entered too. They moved smooth, like they were born in 0G. Jiho pushed off a wall. He spun and grabbed a bar. Taewoo did the same on the other side. Kragthar swung at Jiho. The cadet dodged easy. He kicked Kragthar's leg. The warlord spun a little. He growled and tried again. Jiho caught his arm, used the momentum, and threw him toward the wall. Kragthar hit hard. He bounced back. In 0G, mass matters. But control matters more. Kragthar roared. He charged both. They split. One went high, one low. They met behind him. Jiho locked his neck from behind. Taewoo held his legs. Kragthar struggled. His strength was huge, but they used his power against him. Minsek's voice came over speaker. Enough. Gravity came back slow. Everyone landed gentle. Kragthar breathed hard. His scales looked darker with sweat. Jiho bowed. Good fight, sir. Kragthar stared at them. You move like ghosts. Haun said, we train in every place. Land, air, space, water. No place is safe from us. Kragthar looked around the room. Cadets outside the glass watched. Some smiled. Others took notes. He turned to Minsek. Your children fight well, but it is play. Minsek answered, play today, war tomorrow. We make sure they are ready. As they left the chamber, Kragthar walked slower. One guard whispered again, they do not fear you. Kragthar did not answer, but his yellow eyes narrowed. He looked at the cadets walking past. Young faces, strong bodies, calm minds. Something stirred in him. Not anger, not yet. Something colder. The tour continued. Afternoon sun burned hot. Kragthar felt the heat more than before. The humans did not slow. Jiho pointed ahead. Next is the War Games arena. Full mock battle. You can watch or join. Kragthar's mouth twisted into a grin. Sharp teeth gleamed. Join? Yes. I will show you real command. The cadets looked at each other. Small smiles, polite. But their eyes said something else. The War Games arena was the biggest part of the academy. It covered 10 square kilometers. Fake city streets ran between tall concrete buildings. Broken cars, rubble piles, narrow alleys, towers with windows for snipers, underground tunnels. Even a small river ran through one side. Machines controlled the weather, rain, fog, wind. Lights could turn day to night in seconds. Everything felt real. The only difference was no real death. Kragthar stood at the high observation deck. His yellow eyes scanned the field. A smile pulled at his sharp teeth. This is better. Now I will show you how war is done. Minsek stood beside him. The rules are simple. Non-lethal rounds. Hits register on sensors. Blue for human team, red for yours. First side to capture the central flag wins, or last side standing. Kragthar turned to his 6 guards. You fight with me. We take the flag in 10 minutes. The guards nodded. They checked their weapons. Short plasma rifles set to low power. The beams would sting like fire, but not kill. Jiho led the human side. 20 cadets. Han was his second. Taewoo and Sumin were in the squads. They wore light gray armor with sensors. Rifles, grenades that burst smoke or paint, small drones in backpacks. Kragthar looked down at Jiho. You lead children against me? Jiho met his eyes. We lead each other. Good luck, sir. The warlord laughed loud. Luck is for weak ones. A horn sounded. The game began. Kragthar's team moved fast. They charged straight down the main street. Their long legs covered ground quick. Plasma shots lit the air red. They hit fake cover and scorched it black. Kragthar roared orders. Spread. Take the high ground. His guards climbed a ruined building. One reached a balcony and fired down. Red beams searched for targets. The humans did not charge back. They vanished. Jiho's voice came over comms. Calm. Alpha Squad. Low route. Bravo. Rooftops. Charlie. River flank. Stay hidden. No big moves yet. Cadets slipped into shadows. Some crawled through sewers. Others climbed fire escapes silent. Drones buzzed low, mapping enemy positions. Kragthar reached the central square. The flag stood on a tall pole in the middle. He pointed. There, rush it. His guards ran forward. No one shot at them. The square looked empty. Then the trap sprang. Smoke grenades rolled from side streets. Thick white clouds filled the air. Kragthar's team coughed. Sensors blinked. Visibility low. From the rooftops, Su Min and her squad opened fire. Blue paint rounds hit 2 guards. Their armor lights flashed red. Out. The guards dropped to cover. Kragthar swung his rifle. Cowards, face me. A drone flew overhead. It dropped a small EMP pulse. Kragthar's armor sparked. His plasma rifle flickered once. He growled and smashed the drone with his fist. More shots came from alleys. Tae-woo led a small group. They used fast hit and run. Shoot, move, hide. Kragthar's guards tried to chase. The humans melted away every time. One guard got close to a building. Ha-eun waited inside a broken window. She leaned out, fired 3 quick shots. The guard's chest lit red. He fell back, cursing. Kragthar felt anger rise. They run like rats. He charged alone toward the flag. His big body crashed through a wall. Rubble fell. He reached the pole. His hand closed on the flag. Then the ground shook. A hidden trapdoor opened under him. A net of strong cables shot up. It wrapped his legs. He roared and pulled. The cables held. More cadets appeared from tunnels below. They fired paint rounds into his back. His armor flashed warning lights. Ji-ho stepped out from behind a car. You have the flag, but the game counts points too. Your team is down to 3. Kragthar tore the net. He stood tall. Paint dripped from his scales. This is not war. This is tricks. Ha-eun walked closer, her rifle low. War is tricks. War is surprise. War is making the enemy angry, so he makes mistakes. Kragthar looked around. His guards were scattered. 2 more hit red. Only he and 2 left stood. He roared again, a deep, angry sound. He ran at Ji-ho. Ji-ho did not run. He sidestepped. Kragthar swung. Ji-ho ducked. He kicked the warlord's knee, the same spot from earlier training. Kragthar stumbled. Tae-woo appeared behind. He fired a smoke grenade at Kragthar's face. The warlord coughed hard. From 3 sides, squads closed in. Blue shots lit the air. Kragthar's armor flashed red over and over. His guards fell last. The horn sounded again. Game over. The central screen lit up. Human team victory. Score 87-12. Kragthar stood in the square. His chest rose and fell fast. His guards limped to him. They looked shocked. Min-sek walked down from the deck. Well fought, warlord. Kragthar stared at the cadets. They gathered now. Some laughed quietly. Others helped wounded teammates stand. They looked tired but happy. No anger, no hate. Ji-ho approached. You fought strong, sir. Your charge was brave. Kragthar looked down at him. Brave? You used tricks, traps, smoke, nets. You did not face me like warriors. Ha-eun answered, We faced you like survivors. That is our way. Kragthar wiped paint from his eyes. This was a game. In real war, I would crush you. Min-sek said, In real war, we would do the same. But better, faster, harder. The cadets started to clean up. They picked up spent rounds. fixed broken props. Some sat and drank water. They talked about what went wrong, what went right. One cadet mimicked Kragthar's big charge. Others laughed. Kragthar watched them. Young faces, dirty uniforms, tired smiles. Something twisted in his chest. Not anger now, something sharper. He turned to Minsek. I want to see the replays. All angles, no edits. Minsek nodded. Of course, in the control room. They walked back. Kragthar's steps were heavy. His guards followed silent. Inside the control room, screens showed every moment. Slow motion, different views. Kragthar watched himself charge. Then the smoke, the flanks, the traps. The way cadets predicted his moves. The way they sacrificed drones to draw fire. The way Jiho stayed calm, even when Kragthar almost reached him. One clip showed Su-min on her roof. She waited 10 minutes without moving. Then one perfect shot. Another showed Tae-woo crawling through mud for 20 minutes, just to get behind a guard. Kragthar spoke low. They waited. They planned. They did not rush. Rush loses wars. Patience wins them. Kragthar turned to him. You think you scared me? Jiho shook his head. No, sir. We showed you what we do. That is all. Kragthar looked at the screens again. The humans looked small on them, but together they moved like one mind, one deadly mind. He felt the cold feeling grow. It was not fear yet, but it was close. The sun began to set outside. Orange light came through the windows. Minsok said, The day is long. We have one more thing before dinner. A private briefing, if you wish. Kragthar nodded slow. Yes. Show me more. His voice was quieter now. The cadets saluted as he left the room. Polite, calm. But their eyes followed him. And Kragthar felt those eyes like knives on his back. The control room lights dimmed low. Only the glow from the big screens lit the faces. Kragthar sat in a wide chair made special for him. It still looked small under his heavy body. His armor was still dirty with blue paint. His guards stood behind him, silent. Minseok stood at the front. Jiho and Ha-un sat on each side. Other cadets waited in the shadows. Minseok spoke first. Warlord Kragthar, you asked for truth. No games now. No simulations. We show you real things. Things we do not show visitors often. Kragthar leaned forward, his yellow eyes fixed on the main screen. Show me. I grow tired of your tricks. Minseok pressed a button. The first image appeared. Old footage, black and white. Humans in rough uniforms. They carried sticks and stones. They faced tall armored aliens with energy blades. The aliens were bigger, stronger. The humans died fast, but more came. They kept coming. They learned. They made traps from wood and fire. One small group killed a whole alien squad with hidden pits and sharp sticks. Kragthar snorted. Ancient fools. Weak. Minsok did not answer. He changed the clip. Newer time. Earth wars. Tanks against tanks. Planes in the sky. Then smaller wars. Men and women in jungles. They hid in trees. They used the ground. They fought big armies with small bombs and patience. The big armies left. Tired. Broken. Another clip. Space. Human ships, small and old, against a fleet of Vorath cruisers. The humans had no chance, but they did not run. One ship flew straight at the biggest cruiser. It rammed. Explosion. The cruiser cracked open. The other human ships used the moment. They boarded, fought inside, hand to hand. They won that day. Barely. Kragthar shifted. Suicide again. Pointless death. Jiho spoke quiet. Not pointless. They saved 3 colonies, thousands of lives. One death for many. We count that as win. Ha-un added, We do not fear death if it has meaning. Kragthar looked at them. Young faces, calm, no shaken voice. Minsok played more. Recent fights, last year. A human outpost on a moon. Vorath attacked. Humans were few. They had old weapons. They used the rocks. They made fake signals. They drew the Vorath into canyons, then dropped boulders. Used poison gas from broken tanks. Fought until last man. The Vorath won the ground, but the humans sent a message first. The fleet came later. Humans took the moon back. Kragthar's hands tightened on the chair arms. Metal bent a little. Then the last clip. A lone human marine. Planet surface. Red dust. 50 Vorath warriors came at him. He stood in a narrow pass. Rocks on both sides. He had one rifle. One grenade. He shot. Moved. Shot again. Bodies fell. The Vorath charged. He held. Hours passed. His armor broke. Blood on the ground. Still he fought. Last moment. He pulled a pin on his chest. Fusion core. Bright light. Everything gone. The pass collapsed. The Vorath could not pass. Their army stopped. Humans escaped. The screen went black. Silence filled the room. Kragthar stared at the dark screen. His breath came slow and deep. Minsok spoke soft. That Marine was 22, like our cadets here. He knew he would die. He chose it, to give others time. Jiho looked at Kragthar. We train to think, to plan, to endure. But most of all, we train to never give up, even when hope is gone. Ha'un said, your empire takes worlds that kneel. Ours, we do not kneel. We learn, we change, we come back stronger. Kragthar turned his head slow. He looked at each cadet. Jiho's steady eyes, Ha'un's quiet strength, the others in the back, all young, all calm. He spoke low. You hide this, you smile, you bow, you play games, but inside, you are killers. We are survivors. We train killers so we do not have to use them every day. But if needed, we will. Kragthar stood up. The chair creaked. He walked to the window. Outside, night had come. Lights glowed on the training fields. Cadets still ran. Some practiced in the dark. Others sat around fires. They laughed. They ate. Normal young people. But now, Kragthar saw different. He saw the same calm in their eyes, the same readiness. He turned back. You could have killed me today. In the game, you held back. Jiho nodded. Yes, because you are guest. We respect guests. Kragthar made a rough sound, almost a laugh, but no joy in it. Respect or fear? Ha'un said, we do not fear you. We respect what you are, a warrior, but we know what we are too. Kragthar looked at Minsok. Your academy, it makes monsters. Minsok shook his head slow. No, it makes humans. Humans who can become monsters if the stars demand it. The room stayed quiet. Kragthar's guards looked at each other. They saw their leader's face. No anger now. Something else. Something deep. Kragthar spoke again, his voice lower. I have taken worlds. I have broken armies. I have never seen this. He pointed at the dark screen. That Marine. He smiled before he died. I saw it. Jiho said, we smile because we choose our end. That is our strength. Kragthar walked to the door. Slow steps. Heavy. I have seen enough. Minsek followed. Dinner is ready. We eat together. Simple food. Rice, meat, soup. Kragthar stopped. No. I go now. His guards looked surprised, but they followed. Outside, the night air was cool. Stars shone bright. Kragthar looked up. Many stars, many worlds he had taken, but now Earth looked different. Jiho and Ha'un walked with him to the landing field. Engines hummed low. Kragthar stopped at the ramp. He turned to them. Jiho saluted. Clean. Sharp. Haun saluted too. Kragthar looked at them long. You are polite. You are young. You are terrifying. He said the word slow, like it hurt to say. Jiho answered, We hope you never see our true face, sir. Kragthar climbed the ramp. His guards went first. The door closed. The ship lifted. Slow at first. Then fast. It broke through clouds. Gone. On the ground, Jiho lowered his hand. Haun asked quiet. Think he understood? Jiho looked at the sky. He understood enough. Minsok joined them. He will tell his people. Maybe they listen, maybe not. The cadets walked back to the fields. Lights glowed. Training continued. Inside the ship, Kragthar sat alone in his chamber. He stared at a small hollow image. It showed Jiho's salute. Polite smile, calm eyes. He recorded a message. Encrypted. To the council, do not attack them, do not test them. Their young train every day to become worse than us. They hide it behind smiles, behind games. But under that, pure terror waits. If we wake it, we lose everything. He stopped recording. The hollow image stayed on. Kragthar closed his eyes. For the first time in many years, sleep did not come easy. The silver ship rose fast into the night sky. Lights from Seoul twinkled below like small stars. Inside the command deck, Kragthar sat alone. His guards stayed in their quarters. No one spoke. The engines hummed steady. The stars outside looked cold. Kragthar stared at the main window. Earth grew smaller, a blue ball with white clouds. It looked peaceful from up here, but he knew better now. He opened a small holoscreen. He pulled up the footage from the day. Not the war games, not the old battles, the simple things. Cadets running in the morning, laughing while they cleaned weapons, helping each other after hard falls, eating together under the sun. Normal, young, happy. He paused on one frame. Jiho and Haun walking side by side. They talked quiet. Jiho pointed at something in the sky. Haun smiled. A real smile, not fake. Kragthar's big hand closed into a fist. Scales creaked. He remembered the briefing room. The Marine's last smile before the explosion. The same calm. The same choice. He turned off the holo. Darkness filled the room. Only red emergency lights glowed soft. He spoke to the empty air. Computer, record message, encrypted, priority 1, to Vorath High Council only. The computer beeped once. Ready. Kragthar leaned close to the mic. His voice came low and rough. Council, this is Kragthar. I have returned from Earth. The visit to their military academy is over. Do not send more ships near their borders. Do not test their defenses. Do not speak of conquest when their name comes up. They are not weak. They are not soft. They hide what they are. Their young train every day. They run until legs bleed. They fight until bones break. They learn every way to kill, and they do it smiling. I fought their cadets today, in their games. I lost, not because they were stronger in body, because they were smarter, faster. They waited. They planned. They used my anger against me. I saw their history. Worlds where they should have died. They did not. They came back, harder, meaner. One man held a pass against 50 of our warriors, alone, for hours. Then he ended it all, to stop us. He smiled as he died. Their academy makes more like him, thousands, every year. If we wake them, we do not face soldiers. We face something worse, something that does not stop, something that learns from every death. They are polite now. They bow. They offer food. They call us guests. But under that, terror waits, cold, patient, ready. Do not wake it. I say this not from fear, from knowledge. End message. The computer beeped again. Sent. Cragthar sat back. His chest felt heavy. Not from armor, from something inside. He looked at Earth one last time. A small blue dot now. He felt a chill run down his spine. Not in all his wars. The ship jumped to faster than light. Stars stretched into lines. Gone. Back on Earth, the Academy lights still burned. Cadets finished night drills. Some went to beds, others stayed up. They studied maps. They cleaned gear. They talked about the day. Jiho sat on a bench outside the barracks. The air was cool. Stars bright above. Ha-un joined him. She carried 2 cups of hot tea. She sat down, gave him 1 cup. Jiho took it. Thanks. They drank quiet for a minute. Ha-un asked, "Think he'll come back?" Jiho looked up at the sky. "Maybe. If he does, we'll be ready." Ha-un nodded slow, like always. Jiho smiled a little. He looked scared at the end. "Did you see?" Ha-un thought. Not scared like running, scared like understanding. Jiho sipped his tea. Good. Understanding is better than war. Wind moved soft through the trees. Inside the instructor's building, Minsok wrote a report. Simple words. Visit complete. Warlord Cragthar departed at 2047 local time. No incidents. Observed full demonstrations. Expressed strong interest in human training methods. He paused, then added 1 line. Recommend continued high readiness. Guest left with new perspective. He saved the file, sent it up the chain. Then he turned off the light. He walked to his window, looked at the same stars. He whispered to himself, "Sleep well, cadets. Tomorrow we train harder." Morning came. Sun rose over the hills. Cadets formed up on the main field. Gray uniforms, straight lines. Instructor voices called orders. Jiho stood in front. Ha-un beside him. Taewoo and Sumin nearby. All faces fresh. Ready. They ran. Feet hit ground together. Packs heavy on backs. Sweat came fast. No one complained. Drones flew overhead, recording. In the sky, far away, Cragthar's ship moved through deep space. He did not sleep. He sat in his chair, eyes open. He thought of the cadets. Young, polite, deadly. He thought of the Marine's smile. He thought of Earth. Small, blue, quiet. And for the first time in his long life, the great warlord felt something new. Respect, mixed with a deep, cold fear. The ship kept going. Faster, farther. Earth stayed behind, but the memory did not fade. On the academy field, the cadets reached the end of the run. They stopped, breathed hard, then they laughed, helped each other up, drank water, started the next drill. Normal day. But under the sun, under the sky, something waited. Patient, ready, unbreakable.